Maybe they're in too deep as it stands, because so are we. Ready to get into this best of 3, which is what we're going to do. You two take it away, and I'm going to get lost.
There's really no in too deep with me. I'm a little too tall for that to happen, unfortunately, especially in swimming pools. But yeah, this is going to be a good set of matches here. Again, this can throw the spanner in the works. I'm kind of sad because Dust didn't explain how it works with who wins what now, since Furia did win the last match.
He was meant to.
Maybe he can come back in here on my mic and just talk over really quickly, or just continue to walk away and hopefully trip and hurt himself now because he did that.
Okay.
And he's safe.
Well, the odds are on the screen. They favor Envy, and we've got our pistol round going right towards this A site. Yeah, he can have a lot to do, and Ryan already getting that opening pick. He had a good game yesterday versus Furia, was slow in the previous maps. We'll see whether or not he's going to have a good game in this one. It is going to be that all-out North American brawl, and in this pistol round, at the moment it's been a bit quiet, but through the cart, Neptune actually manages to get that kill. Ryan finds his second of the round. They start pushing onto Android, and he's going to be caught out. Nifty looking for the frag, but he can't find it, and it's left all on to Ryan. He needs an ace to close out this pistol round, already getting his third. As Celsius looks to push him down, there's a man on the defuse already, but he's going to get all of them! What a play from Ryan to start off the match. And we said that this man had been quiet on the first day, but that's one hell of a way to start, Jason.
I'm not gonna lie, I was not watching the round. I'm trying to figure out this complicated thing.
It's like,
go ahead.
Ryan gets an ace. Ryan gets an ace, and you're not even watching.
Because I trust in you to take over this. Because I'm reading that if Furia wins, first MIBR, and Swole beats Envy, then Furia's through first.
Normally it's Caster start the game. This time I'm gonna say Caster watch the game.
I'll get there.
Someone else can work that out. Your job is to talk and visualize what is happening within this match. I guess I'm going to have to, as usual, carry the broadcast. Either way, we do have ourselves a triple scout purchased. In fact, there's a fourth, but on Fugly, and already a lot of damage done to the CT side. Som ducking under the scout VA. He's got to be a little bit careful, because Som's going to be getting relatively close. The peak coming in, long control already being battled for. A lot of SMGs, actually, considering the direction that they're currently going in. The Neptune with a cheeky little Mag 7, maybe going to go for a few jumping shots. Problem is, the site has now been abandoned by Swag, and holding on to this is going to be relatively difficult.
Yeah, Neptune's actually been able to step up, at least in day one. He actually didn't look too good, though he did a couple of good plays, and he does have 2 kills already to his name so far. Problem is, and that's a player we wanted to look at, actually, in general, when it comes to him as a player. When we first saw him, he was more of a stronger player on puggier maps like Dust2, is where he really stood out in one of the qualifiers we did, I think that was earlier this year or late last year. And I think he can be a massive playmaker. You know, we talked about Nifty, how he stepped up 100% in their match up against Furia to help actually take the series 2-1. But Envy will be off to the 2-0 start. Triple scout at the moment for Swole Patrol, by the way. And not really able to get too many kills off it, unfortunately, able to get the tag teams.
Yeah, an interesting purchase, but at least they keep it into the next round, and what is going to be the majority of players actually surviving in this scenario. So it's one of those setups where you kind of need to get those early battles, and if the site is taken, you're not really going to have a chance to retake it. There's a reason you don't see a triple AWP either, or at least often. It's because it sucks in retakes. I'm off for this round there. Going to spend a little bit of extra money. You can see that a pistol or 2 have been dropped over to the remaining players of Swole Patrol, and they're not in too bad a scenario. It's roughly the same as the last round, and this time, Fugly's not going to be the one hitting the tags. It will be him being tagged up instead. Still, these SMGs survive to farm up that extra cash, or maybe not, as Neptune is going to be the one to get the opening pick. This is not by any means an easy round for Envy. As you mentioned, we sort of first witnessed some on this map, casting, and he did have a very good performance. We'll see whether or not he can again.
I would imagine so. I think for me, it's more about have Envy put him in a position where he can excel on a map like Dust2. Maybe taking their time to actually make something happen. Of course, with already Fugly tagged up and them losing a player, they're very scared. But the thing is, Fugly hits a shot on TA, so it makes it a little bit more realistic. However, Ryan is going to eat a bit of damage, and there we go. Fugly does get the revenge onto Swag. So tying up at 4 apiece, but it's just come down to a battle of the long range with these scouts. Let's see, with Sabros in the back of the B site. It's going to be a Molotov or two to actually clear him out of this position. No smoke for him, unfortunately, though. But he hits the first shot. That's Ryan going down. The nade can do some decent damage as well. Unfortunately, it just doesn't really land onto anyone in particular. He is hitting so many shots, though, to be fair.
The Molotov clears him out. He's done enough. Like, realistically now, just a bullet or two would be needed to sort of close this round. Nifty was the only real healthy player, and he's gone running through. This is looking very good, as now Ye picks off another. It's left onto Fugly. There's no way he wins this round, and Swole Patrol, the save of their remaining weaponry from the previous round is going to give them that early bounce back. Now the question is, how much money do the T's actually have to rebuy?
I feel like a lot of that round was just gifted to them. The fact that we saw Envy play from long range for such a long time against 3 scouts, and then they had 3 MAC-10s themselves to use. Obviously, you want to play a little bit quicker pace when you're up against the 3 scouts and try to close the distance. So I think, honestly, Swole Patrol did a good job of punishing Envy from the way they actually played that round out. Also have some good news for you. After all the time I took in that first round to read the graphic, still don't know what happens.
Fantastic.
It is that complicated for me. Well, let's see, Envy, well, they didn't really how much money you're asking. If they'd invest into this round, well, a couple of pistols, a Tech 9 for Fugly, and 2 grenades as well. But no smokes to actually cross into the B site from middle. Swole Patrol, though, still maintaining 2 of those scouts. Ryan trying to look for the shot, trying to carry over from the first round ace that he did get. Done some damage. The problem is, Ye gets a double.
Oh, no. Well, luckily this was only some pistols. Money was saved so that they can buy into the next round, and well, this will mean Nifty can have his AWP, everybody else will have rifles and armor, and now this is where the game really begins, in all honesty. A scoreline equalized. A map as well where momentum seems to be the key factor. Like, when teams get rolling, they get their finances booming and confidence is flowing. That's where we actually get some of the better Counter-Strike on this map. And that's definitely not going to be helping anything. Wonderful shot from Nifty to kick things off. Ye is gone, and, well, Zeus is currently playing on hard mode.
Not only does he have to worry about the 5 players on the opposite team trying to kill him, he has to worry about an extra player on his own team.
Well, he does actually hit the tag, which is quite unfortunate. Does some damage to Ryan. The knife actually didn't play too much of a part, but even still, Sabrosa left completely blind, even with such a small crevice to spray through. He couldn't connect the shots, and Neptune, while he's the last alive, they don't know where he is. He still manages to get 2 kills and at least cause some cost. And, well, after what was that the force buy victory that won a round for Swole Patrol, they actually still have a decent amount of money.
You know, I remember in the interview with Nifty yesterday, once they won the match against Furia, I think it was, yeah, at the very end, he was talking about how some of his players were saying they were tired because it was so late when they were playing. And his response to that was, guys, we can't afford to be tired right now. Like, you can't let that happen considering what's on the line. And that victory ended up pulling through, and it actually might have almost secured them a spot into the second group stage and keep their hopes alive.
I just imagine it being a bit like The Rock, where he's like, oh, guys, how are you feeling? You know, I'm feeling a little bit tired. It doesn't matter if you're tired. And just, like, cuts them off, and then they, like, carry on through into the match. That's how I imagine his speeches go. Maybe I'm just fantasizing, but...
They have similar physiques.
Yeah, that is definitely true. That was actually the first thing I thought of when I saw Nifty was, damn, he looks like Dwayne Johnson. Long control has been taken initially, but look at how the CTs are playing. They are watching for this cross. There are 3, make that 4 CT players that can easily switch their gaze, and they're going to see the smokes drop. Now, unfortunately, both players have thrown the same smoke. So there's 2 great smokes for the left side, and there isn't one for the right side. And they don't actually have another one. This is quite a mistake, and this is the worst time to do it as well, because there's such a fantastic setup for the CT side to hold off this exact push. In fact, it couldn't have gone worse, Jason. It really couldn't.
And they're still sticking around too. 30 seconds left to go. Maybe they're trying to feint a fake back towards B. But Swole Patrol doesn't care. They're still holding the lines, still holding the angles. Not too needing to hit these shots as Som actually takes one, but the problem is Ye's still going to be on catwalk, and Som's able to get a second, but he needs the third, and with 15 seconds left, he maybe can pick up the bomb and go for the plant. It's all on Swag now. Somehow, when everything was going right for Swole Patrol, it just goes wrong. The incendiary thrown. He's actually going to charge this one down with 5 seconds left. I don't know, he's not going to be able to get the plant off. What? Swag? Oh.
What? He forgot to put his contacts in. What just happened?
I honestly don't know.
I've never seen anything like that before. Did he? I mean, he just blended into the boxes.
I almost want to see that replay again, actually, to see what he saw a little bit better.
Maybe that was just like the ultimate taunt, just to go, where you're gonna die.
I mean, we had that happen on day one, right? I can't remember who it was, but they shot him in the head with the USP.
It was.
And then let him think he could actually kill him.
I know. I think it was with the M4. He dinks him with the M4 and then shoots him in the back. That was on A-Site Inferno.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fair.
Oh no, Envy's not gonna have a strong buy, but luckily they got the bomb down. And to be fair, they never should have really been able to, considering what happened with the smokes and with them getting caught on the cross, and with basically everyone on Swole Patrol watching his angle. Look at the Sabrosa and Zelsis both with the MP9. That's a lot of damage done. Oh my gosh.
They just absolutely melted them, and they made so much money off the back of it as well. That is a huge round coming out. I like that these two teams are facing off against each other as well. This is like the two most vocal teams we've had for sure. You did get a little bit in the Brazilian matchup as well, where they were shouting against each other, but definitely makes things quite entertaining. 4-3. T-side now having to take the hit. The finances not really been there for Envy in the majority of these rounds. I think they're definitely going to be looking at the mistakes of that smoke, because that's one of those scenarios where obviously you both thrown the same smoke. Like, it's just a mistake, but it's one that pretty much cost them the round. Hello. Yeah, actually taking a lot of damage. There is Sub-Rosa on the cross though, and with that silenced M4, laser point precision, should be there to clean things up. They still managed to get 2 kills. Even that in itself is impressive. Luckily, Zelsis has the Shredder, and thankfully, he's going to be able to close that out without any more casualties.
Such scrappy rounds between the teams, though. I think there's like a little bit of nerves coming in for both sides, though. I feel like Swole Patrol are the ones actually playing without much pressure on them, or at least that's the way it looks like they're playing. They've actually... Funny enough, they gave Neptune an op instead of Ye in one of the early rounds. The first time they actually picked up the op when we saw the missed smokes with the cross in towards the A site. Newest player on the team. I mean, in terms of rating, he's the worst player over the last 3 months. But in this tournament, he's actually been one of the better players for Swole Patrol. And Sabrosa just pushing through, gets the first kill. There's a little aggression coming out of Swole Patrol to catch him off guard, and Som. Oh, okay, all right. That helps equalize things, gives them the man advantage back. And now Ryan with the flank on towards long. The delayed takes down Ye, and Zelsis is alone against 3.
The question that the T's are currently having is what direction do they actually go in? Because they've obviously got the kill on the man from long rotating. The B site's open. The A site is also open. The one place that isn't is where Zelsis is just going to be pushing into mid. If he catches Som, that could be the bomb down. Patience from Som, and he's not going to be able to find the kill. 4K from the youngster, stepping up big in this round, and they get them back onto the board once again.
I was a little bit surprised to actually see them like just not go towards A right away. Because what, Som got 2 kills towards short. They got the kill of the man pushing long. That's 3 players. Are you really going to expect a 4th to be there? And I guess better safe than sorry, considering the amount of time they had to work with anyways. There's no need for them to just push.
Well, yeah, I imagine again, like, we heard in the interview from Nifty that he said he was micromanaging a lot of the players, so that was probably one of the moments where he just went, okay, calm, we've got a massive advantage here, let's not throw it away. Look at this aggression, though. You questioned 4 players, Jason. Well, they're all towards long in this round, at least, so they are stacking up in certain places. They even have, like, a reasonable amount of weaponry. Sure, Swag doesn't have so much. mid is going to be battled for. Ye still has the AWP, and that's where the fight's going to come in. And he does manage one, but Nifty's there to trade things off, and that will allow a lot of space. This fight continues, and actually Ryan's going to lose the battle. However, it may not matter. The only thing that could lose this round, actually, for the T side is that they don't know that the site is currently clear. Android, however, is going to be holding off rotations. If he manages to even get a kill here, that should be enough to win them the round, and this is smart from him. He throws down the Molotov, but he doesn't expect swag. Now, those are the sort of plays I expect to see from that man. Runs through the Molotov, uses that CZ, picks up a weapon, and now things are wide open, Jason.
Yeah, you saw he wasn't sure if B was actually clear. Unfortunately for him, we could see that it was. Now Nifty and Fugly to play against the 3. Neptune playing very far back, trying to help assist and support. If anyone pushing the window. I find it very hard for Swag to actually open things up here. Is actually just smoke off completely Nifty. There we go, Nifty hits the first, and that's just pretty much gonna do it. Great little rotation comes through, great little turnaround of Fugly, who's on 5 kills. Nifty's gonna tie things back up at 5. I swear, saw him keep screaming like he did in that little recap video. He's just going to lose his voice.
I think even if you heard some of the screams that he was doing in the clip they showed, it already sounded like he had.
Yeah.
Like, that sounded painful. But hey, he's enjoying himself. Definitely getting pumped up. Currently top of the board for his team. The only one in double digits. Nifty with 90 ADR and only 6 kills. At least doing a lot of damage, and while the main bit of damage we've seen done is to the economy. I'm liking this. They got a pot flash for middle. Looking like it's going to be a very aggressive play. Unfortunately, Sommer's kind of ruined it a little bit, but there you go. That's the pot flash. Dink will be hit, unfortunately. Quite a lot of players ready and set, and Swag. Oh, I think it might be his time to go.
So, Tom, you talked about Nifty, and him saying he's basically micromanaging the team.
He is.
I feel like that has to be just due to how young the team is overall, right? And you can't sustain a team off of that.
I heard that as, I thought you said that has to be doo-doo, like just a load of rubbish.
Well, now I know where your mind's at. But that's something you can't sustain. Like, you cannot, I don't think if you want to be a top-level team, you can't micromanage and expect to perform or have a whole team perform.
It depends what he means by that. Like, if it's when he's dead, then that's fine. Like, if he's just telling, okay, you should be doing this, or I need you to be doing this. And if they're all, if it's they're feeding him information and then he makes the overall call, then again, I think that's fine. If he is like literally going, okay, Ryan, move a little bit to the left. And,
well,
Android, if you just flashbang in 3, 2, 1, like, then that's ridiculous.
But the thing is, we saw him in quite a few rounds, like, kind of push by himself with an op. Like, his team was on the other side of the map, he's by himself, and upside is he gets a kill, they can like rotate maybe to help him out. Downside is he dies, and well, it's still an upside, I guess he dies, and he can still micromanage. But I don't know, I feel like that's just such an odd thing to happen if that micromanaging is in the way that I'm taking it in my head.
I think also the way that Nifty speaks is a bit like a politician. Like, he is very good with words. Either way, it is going to be the aggressive play once again. Ryan's been so good at finding picks out towards long, and he's going to do it once more. Celsius in this corner, though, could be interesting. Like, they're throwing out smokes as if there's no one here. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, he's just been wrecked. Don't expect him, but it doesn't matter. Android is ready, and this has been a flawless round at the moment. Swag is on the wrong side of the map. They had 4 players on long, and they've had 4 deaths on long as well. The 7th round nigh on guaranteed, even if a smoke or 2 is missed, and, well, that is how you take long.
Funny thing is, between these two teams, no matter who wins a round, we're hearing woos. But again, it's just so scrappy to see the 4-man stack towards long. Actually, a 5-man stack with pistols and a 4-man stack there, and yet not able to hold on to it. I mean, Swole are making the right calls. The problem is they're just not hitting the shots they need.
Yeah, I think, like especially going back to like the shouting you hear, I think that's something that Europe actually misses in a sense. Like, I remember when we sort of got some cockiness out of Config, where he would like talk a bit of shit, like when he was building up into the broadcasts, and it was really entertaining. The problem is, it sort of got to the point where people were like, oh, he's just overly cocky, and oh, look, he lost. How can he be like that? And I hate that stuff. I loved the sort of like statements he would make before matches, like, we're going to destroy them, like, they're going to get obliterated. Like, it was entertaining as hell. And I'm glad that these teams are sort of like shouting stuff at each other over the top, because it is so much more entertaining than if they were just sat there silently and just like quietly contemplating things. It's nice to see some emotion within this game, because these matches really do mean a lot, especially for Swole Patrol. If they lose this, they're definitely out. Like, there's no question there. Like, for the other teams, like some mathematician is going to work everything out and then feed it into someone's ear, probably Stunner's ear, and he'll be going, this team is through. And
the thing is, it also depends on how they lose, I believe.
Exactly.
If they lose by taking a map or losing 2-0.
But even, well, no, for them it makes...
Sorry, winning.
Yeah, for them...
2-0, 2-1.
Yeah, they have to win. But if they lose, it makes no difference. They're out. They'll be the only team not to have a victory on the board, so... Yeah, it's definitely going to make things interesting.
Oh
Ryan has been just so clean with the SG. Once again, going to be getting the opening pick. Unfortunately, in this round, they have sort of doubled up more into mid and B, and they've left this A site open, which I would say has been favored so far. I think it's normally favored by a lot of teams on Dust2 at the moment. Like, the B site is harder to take, but also harder to retake. So they definitely have their own positives. CT side, well, there's a little bit of Kevlar. If they can get this up out of Nifty's hand, that would really bolster the save, unfortunately. He is having a field day. And Swag, well, trying to get a dirty deagle too, but that is a flawless round from MV. Money off the chains, off the charts, and they're going to have absolutely no problem buying, even if they lose the next round.
Yeah, well, I can still see some ever screaming when they win these rounds, and it's nice to see out of Envy. I think that's also a team that really helps with morale when they're winning. I don't think Nifty ever screams. He just kind of sits there, like, cool, calm, collected, always thinking ahead to the next round. And we're going to see the bat come back and double upset up this time for Swole Patrol, Swag, and Ye. We currently have Ye going to be alone at the B side, and looking for him. There's actually no one coming that direction. The problem is they've given up middle completely with a 4-man stack still towards A, with Swag over on towards short. Android's going to take down Sub Rose, and now they know middle's left open, which leaves Ye pretty much to himself.
Yeah, this is kind of filthy. That smoke is almost null and void. And Ryan, he's been so patient with these plays towards long. Every single time somebody pushes there, he is ready and waiting. Ye is going to try and do the one thing he can, which is fight. And yeah, they can literally just waltz their way on into this B site. There is absolutely nobody here. And that will be easy as you like for Envy. A good string of rounds coming out from them. Zelsis at least does manage to get one, but surely there's nothing they can really go for here.
They're going to chase the weapons, I would assume. I mean, look at the money that Envy have.
I feel like you need to chase after the bomb.
Oh, yeah, well, obviously.
This is getting a little bit silly. They've just lost so many players in a row. This has to be now a point where Swole Patrol start to go from things. This was a 5 versus 2, which now starts to look doable. Envy, this could be the mistake that cost them around. The rotation is now in. Molotov going to go down. Som is low on HP. He has to peek almost into the open here. And he's going to fall to Zelsis as well. They've got overconfident. They may have overplayed their hand, as now Ryan is left in a 1 versus 2 clutch. And he won't get anything done. What a comeback in that round from Swole Patrol. And Envy have got to be absolutely kicking themselves.
Well, maybe we're seeing why Nifty needs to micromanage. The fact that he ran up before the bomb was planted, lost out on so many players. You shouldn't ever lose a round like that. It was, what, 4-on-2? And they had the site?
I had it in the back of my mind the second it went to 3v2, they were going to lose. Like, that was so over-aggressive and just, that was just silly. Like, that was just a silly round for them to lose. Like, they didn't even really need to take the weapons out of their hands, and they focused so much on it. Like, even once it gets into a 4v2, there needs to be someone saying, look, guys, calm down. Let's make sure we get the bomb plant. You can hunt when there's like 20 seconds left. Like, that's not, don't hunt when the bomb's not even down yet. That's just silly. And well, they paid the price. And now the CT side are going to have a much better buy going into this round. They've got the double orb setup. Even if they lose this one, they've still managed to get a 6th, which I don't think they would have done if it wasn't for the mistakes of Envious. Now, they even have a chance to bring it within 1.
Gonna be pushing on middle yet again with Swag there to prepare. He takes the first shot on Android and immediately stops any sort of aggression out of Envy. And I think that last round might have actually gotten in their heads a little bit. You saw their faces after the round. A little bit of frustration. Yay, who's been a little bit quiet. Only 6 kills, is looking for a shot towards short. He's going to have the opportunity. He's going to have 4 of them, at least initially. Flashbang comes through, not able to quite connect the shot, but Dust2, this... I didn't actually expect him to continue to hold this kind of position after that, but he gets one, but again, one and done. Molotov does come in to hold them back. Look at this, Zelsis actually pushed out of long.
Yeah, this is normally Ryan's job to hold, but Ryan is dead. So Zelsis is going to be able to gain so much map control. This is all going to come down to timing. If they take the site before he's in from behind, maybe there's a chance, but that was almost a double for Ye. Instead, he's going to take a bullet back, but look how fast he is. It doesn't matter, though. Fugly is aware. Even hits another shot as well. An incredible play from Fugly. And leaves Sub Rosa left. 1 versus 2. Are they going to expect him to come from long? Fugly has just switched his gaze in that direction, but the timing is against him. He looks around at the wrong moment, and Sub Rosa, he's got so many angles left to check. Som spotted on the site. He now knows where his opponent currently lies, but he can't do anything against it. It will be the 9-6 half, but could have been more for Emby. Definitely not as clean as they liked, but Som seems to be having a good time.
Yeah, and again, this is the player we're looking at, considering when we first cast him, it was on Dust2, and he shined. He shined so bright on that map, but then struggled when it came to playing more as a team, but that's kind of what we expected at the time. I did see it the first time. Later today, when I rewatched the clip.
There we go, watch it now. Watch it now. You can even cast it if you like. You can have another attempt.
Nah. You did such a fine job at the first time. I don't want to taint it.
Well, guys, we are going to be back after what is going to be a short break.
Like a fire in the eye of a hurricane. Always told, stay in line, be alright, better play it safe. I walk a different path, nothing can hold me back. I've passed the point of no return, something is calling me. It's in the air that I breathe. Bring me back to life again. Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge and come alive. Go to hell and back just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive.
Fly so high they can't touch us. So top notch, none above us. We done came so far, now we up now. Had a vision, stuck to it, never back down. Never had much, now we own the whole thing. Spread it all around the world, watch it all change. Came alive, now they all see the greatness. Light shine so high they can't take it.
Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge and come alive. Go to hell and back just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive. I walk a different path, nothing can hold me back. I've passed the point of no return, something is calling me. It's in the air that I breathe. Bring me back to life again. Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge and come alive. Go to hell and back just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive.
here we go, coming back into the second half of our first map. Luckily, I've had that break to figure out what happens. If Swole win 2-1, they're still out. If they win 2-0, they're through.
Don't say that, because then if Envy win the first map, people stop watching.
I'm just saying, you gotta know the rule set of how teams get through. It only took me an entire half and a break to get there. But now into the second half, Envy with the 9-6 lead.
I'm going to go ahead and say that Jason could still be wrong because I do not trust him.
Well, you didn't want to listen during the break because it said it hurt your head.
Here we go. It is going to be the pistol round on the way. Once again, we see long control taken, but there's a couple of P2 fiddies thrown in for the T side to give them that extra range advantage. CD side, interesting. They are actually looking to fight mid. There's 3 players there watching at the moment. It's going to be the long take instead. Smoke going to go down. There is a bit of a gap. They're going to try and get rid of Net. No, they're not. They're going to let him be. Let him be, let him be. Wow, let's see if he can spew out any wisdom as he comes in behind them. It's going to be Neptune. Oh no! He misses all of them! That was such a big moment in the round. That could have been it over and done with within seconds. Instead, the player who kills him looks to continue on. It is a slaughter for Envy. And Neptune's got to be absolutely kicking himself.
I wish I knew what they were saying. I wish I could hear it. There's got to be some spicy trash talk going on.
I'm not sure that some of what they're saying is allowed to be on stream.
Well, they're wearing soundproof headphones. It doesn't matter what they say here. They're not going to hear it. Come on, guys. Save your energy. But funny enough, Nifty's like the only one not saying anything to them.
He just giggles.
Yeah.
I think he enjoys it. I think that's what I would be doing as well.
I don't want to be the guy to talk smack and then just to lose. I mean, they lost like a 4-on-2 somehow. I mean, you don't deserve to smack talk after that.
5-on-2 is its worse.
No, Envy do take the pistol round. We do see the BAP come in out of Swole Patrol with Zelsus on the AK and Ye on the SG. A couple of Deagles to support. It's got to be really... It's got to feel awful for Neptune to flank like that and have 3 players in front of him and not get a single kill. Who knows what would happen if he was able to take down 1, maybe even 2 there. But we do know what happened. He got none, and Envy take the pistol and get 1 step closer to taking the first map. Let's see what Swole Patrol go for. They have smokes. They have good utility. They have way more utility than Envy has. The upside for Envy, though, is they have better weapons.
Well, the SG still into the hand of Ye, and the Molotov going to be used to try and force Nifty off the angle. Doesn't really work. He's still going to be on the site, and they're all going to be coming in through short. Now, the smoke should go down to allow either for them to just get that little bit closer, or maybe even to jump down into CT, which is normally the more common, but Fugly is so well placed. He's waiting for them. Nifty now does the same, and everybody's being dropped. But finally, Ye will pounce back. Nice shot from Fugly. That was clean. And now Swag, well, he's managed to retrieve the AUG, but that will be all. In fact, Ryan even wins the duel versus him using the SMG. It's not going to be the victory that was wanted off the back of the force buy, and now, again, it just has to be a few pistols.
Fortunate times for Swole Patrol. Again, it could have been, what was a 9-6 half? If they win the pistol, 7-9. Have a strong buy up into the second round. But now they have, what, a couple of Deagles. P250 for Swag. And Som's taking a little bit of damage, but nothing to really write home about just yet. Swole Patrol looking to group back up in towards middle. Som's going to be waiting to help smoke them off to keep them back. So be careful to not get spammed out through the smoke. And Neptune does get 1. Actually, Som does fall. A little bit of redemption for him. So a lot more kills to find before they have a chance in this round, though. And they can't really even recover the weapon that they're able to down off of Som because it's on the other side of the doors.
Side may have got themselves the opening pick, but they're still left in a bit of a detrimental scenario here. Looking like they might go for a similar play, but this time it's more difficult because they don't have a smoke. What just did that damage? I'm not even sure, but look at this. Nifty just tapping away. Ye does manage to get 1, but Ryan is there. And this should be closed out relatively easy. He's even going to go back and retrieve the rifle as well. And that will be another round on the board for the CT side.
They're starting to stretch their legs in this half. I mean, it is their pick. I'm not saying they have a guaranteed win on it, but moving into Vertigo, that's going to be the tough one. We obviously saw Swole Patrol do really well up against Fury on it on day 1. And we did see Envy be able to put up a decent fight against Furia too. So they actually took the map 16-14, but then again, that was kind of Furia throwing the map a little bit. As we did see, they had a massive advantage. But both teams, I'd say, well-versed on the map. Able to lock down the first. And just like that, just stops any sort of aggression. I mean, Swag is by himself now. In the meantime, 3 players push through middle, so they get full control of B. They're expecting the hit to come towards A because of the 2-man squad pushing towards short. And they're quickly going to find out that, no, that was it. But can Swole Patrol do what Envy did and throw away an advantage like this? Obviously, it's the other way around. What's that?
They've only just worked it out.
Yeah.
The bomb went down. They were still looking at A going, I can't hear the bomb. And I can't see anyone. I think they must be on the other side of the map. And, well, Ye and Sub Rosa yet to really have those big standout plays. Sub Rosa's forced into the corner. In fact, he's going to start burning all the way down to 0. Android clears out 1, and now Ye with 4 players to find. There's absolutely no chance that he takes away this round. It would need a miracle, and there's no miracle to be had. The diffuser will just about come in time. A good retake from Envy. But at least the bomb goes down. That's the silver lining, Jason.
So there had to have been a moment there where they were looking at it and having flashbacks to 1.6, because there used to be a spot on Dust2 Ace that you could plant, or the bomb would actually fall through the ground into a box and you couldn't see where it was. You just have to know it's there. And obviously the plant going towards B, they still win the round. Envy looking solid, looking like they've come to play. I think all 4 of us had Envy to win the match, right? That was our picks.
Yeah, our pick'ems have been very exciting so far.
Yeah, everyone voting the same way.
Although you did say you wanted to change to Fury.
Yeah, I did. But we already had everything done for that.
Unfortunately,
so.
You didn't.
I mean, it was a win-win for me. Because either I don't fall down behind all 3 of you and become the laughingstock of the show, or I could have actually been the first one and laughed at all of you. Doesn't really matter. What matters right now is Envy is 3 rounds away from closing out the map, and Swole Patrol need to do something about this. They don't have an op, they have the SGs. Nifty has a lot of confidence, I'd say, considering how this map's gone already. And Psalm's on 20 frags. He even has an op, by the way.
Yeah, this seems to be the map where he feels most at home. Obviously, very individually skilled. A 7-round advantage, you're going to be feeling confident. Smoke going to go down. Som going to try and make the peek around the angle. Incendiary will go down to stop any shenanigans. The T's just now sit and wait, trying to work out where they're going to make their play. It will be through middle. They've got to be careful because that AWP is still locked in on the angle. Smoke will go down again. Utility fairly minimal at this point, but Som will be there to miss the shot. And now Android goes for the peak. Does manage to net himself the first. The problem is they're going to get surrounded. He's still going strong, however. Nifty trying to get around the edge of the smoke, and Som still within the sight. It's going to find the pick. They need to clear him out before they can do anything more. Neptune going to be making a lot of noise, and Fugly even comes in for support, sprays him down before anything, and Som connects onto Sub Rosa. 14-6. Absolutely loving it. And you can see why. Well,
the fact that he survives in sight, he took down Ye, who was in tunnels with the bomb. If he fell, that could have been the round easily for Swole Patrol. But the fact that he kills Ye, it forces them to actually push back into sight to go in towards window and potentially door, which then leaves them susceptible to being shot from CT spawn over the smoke. So really well done by Som to keep his composure. And as you said, 22 kills. It's kind of what we expected out of him, considering we got to cast him, a while ago on this map, and this is the map he truly performed on. But now 14-6, Swole Patrol. Ugh, that's a yikes buy. An ump, an SG. Just Deagle's behind it.
Quick shot to open things up. This is pretty much Swole Patrol going for broke, and Fugly, the flashbang catches him a little bit, but then another flash comes in to help him out from Nifty. Great supportive work there, and Fugly doing what was needed. Sub Rosa with the only real weapon in this round, and Neptune left with a Deag. He's managed 1 or 2. His tally's nothing too impressive, and while Som just going strong, another kill to add in. Even gets a little bit, maybe overconfident there. Does hand it up over onto Neptune. He's taken a break to practice his cheering. Neptune, though, gets a second. And he's still got that AWP. The main problem is he doesn't have the bomb, and he doesn't expect Ryan to peek out as well. 15-6. The Wu train is looking to get to the station as one more round is needed. And well, they've absolutely dominated this map.
Yeah. No contest. And that's surprising, to be fair. You would think this would be a map that would fit for Swole Patrol. More of a puggy style. They do have a lot of individual talent. And that's where Swole Patrol struggled on day one, was actually working together, returning frags when they did lose someone. Ryan getting very aggressive there. Peeks out with the help of his flashbang. Nifty even trying to push up the same time, as he's going to be cut off by lower. But with this many rounds in the lead.
Oh, look at the gamble. They've all gone A. I like this from Swole Patrol. I think they may have noticed that a lot of the rotations that come out from Envy are so aggressive. They've now seen everyone. They have seen all 4 players, 100%. They're actually going to go back and fight this, though. They could just leave. Now, if they clean everything up, sure, that's fine. But this isn't a risk that's really worth taking. And Nifty with the no-scope to end this. 3 kills, 1 more needed. He could close out this map, and he's going to do it as well. That is ridiculous. Nifty with a 4K that never should have been. And dear Lord, what a way to end the map. We heard some confidence from him yesterday. I think the phrase was, well, I knew I could be one of the top